This is a quick update on some games that I've added to my collection. Let me know down below if there's any games that you've picked up recently and that you would recommend. I'm always on the lookout for recommendations. First off on the list, we have a PlayStation Vita game called Ray Gigant. I know very little about this game, but I saw a trailer with the art style and I was like, all right, I'm sold. Now this is still sealed, so I'll probably end up breaking the seal on this guy because the price difference isn't too much between open and new, but we will see. This is a dungeon crawler, which I'm usually not a huge fan of, but this art style just looks kind of interesting. It's got some strange rhythm mechanics in this slash beat mode is what it's called. The rhythm-based battle action system slash beat mode allow characters to unleash their hidden power of transformations by offering their body to their origamis. Sounds strange, but you know what? Whatever. Looks pretty cool, and you play through three different points of views to uncover the mystery what's happened in this world. Sounds intriguing. We'll see. Someday. This one will be quick. This is just proof that I bought God Eater 3. From one of my last videos, I mentioned that I bought that game. If you haven't checked out that video, it'll be linked down below for you. And, you know, Larry hasn't mentioned this game. And he's into the Monster Hunter Rise. Maybe he's too busy playing Diablo 4 or whatever he's doing. He hasn't mentioned that I bought this game. Hasn't mentioned if he's intrigued about it, but maybe he will this time. One thing I really hate is when Switch games, I really like the Switch cases in general, but when they do this white crap, just plain, it's so boring. My experience with Zelda in handheld form is very limited. Minish Cap for the Game Boy Advance is freaking awesome. I love that experience. I haven't tried anything else. So I had a sealed copy of this game in my collection. I sold that to a friend, and now I picked up an open one. And this is a very good condition copy that I got right here. Looking at this trailer though, I've never seen this game in action, and I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest. It has a different feel, a different vibe to it. I like that the bosses take up 2 screens. I think that's pretty clever. And I don't know, it seems just different that I might give this one a try sooner rather than later. Won't do it on the podcast of Bits of Time because Larry doesn't like Zelda games. How lame. But maybe you'll get an update from me someday down the road. Sometimes you just have to dive into a series and try something a little bit different. And that is exactly what I plan to do with Ace Combat Zero. I'm not really a flight sim guy, and apparently this has pretty interesting story elements, like the story is pretty ongoing from iteration to iteration. So I thought Zero might be a good jumping in point, so we'll see. And you know, it can't just be me playing Star Fox all the time, even though I do love me some Star Fox 64 and the SNES one. But I gotta shake it up a little bit, and this looks pretty cool actually, so I've heard very good things. It seems like the Reddit community, when I dove into which entry to start in, it's kind of all over the place. Yeah. So we'll see. Also, the next game also has much bickering online where you should start and where you shouldn't. I may have played an Armored Core game on the PS1, but it's probably just on a demo disc of some sort, so I have no experience with this, and it is, let me tell you, divisive on where you should start. So I picked up Armored Core 4 for the 360. This seems to be the point in time where things got a little bit more fluid, more fast-paced versus the plodding mechs of yore, so kind of tickles my fancy, so we'll see. Knowing that this series is coming back with the newest one, you know, I feel like it's a good time to get in on it. So this is one of the ones I picked up. So I couldn't make a decision on where to start. So yes, I grabbed Armored Core 3 as well. From what I can tell, it seems like the numbered series are different timelines or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. So this one, if I want a little bit more archaic, I don't always love using that word choice, but archaic feeling to the game, more slow and plodding, well, I picked this one up too. They both have very interesting reviews on Reddit and everywhere else, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for, but I definitely think by the end of the year I will try and tackle one of these iterations. The Switch just has so many good games out there, and I finally picked up Astral Chain. I've heard really good things. I'm not into the hack and slash genre as much as I used to be. When I think about my youth playing Devil May Cry games, I really enjoyed them. I generally don't gravitate towards those games as much. I usually stick on the more action RPG if I'm looking for that type of experience, like the E series or something like that. But the more and more I looked at this game, I thought about something I wanted to try eventually down the road when I'm feeling that itch to really dive into a game like this one. Plus, I hear Platinum Games makes excellent combat, so hopefully it's a win. During my PS2 days, there's very limited amount of RPGs that I was playing. Obviously, I was playing Final Fantasy X, and I'm playing the Shadow Hearts games. So I skipped over tons. And I have never played a Shining Force game, and this is a more action RPG. I heard it's pretty long. I heard it's pretty grindy. I do like the art style. I know it's kind of hard to tell from the trailer, but this seems like a type of game that will eventually get very popular when we look back on it. I mean, it's already old, so maybe not. But I feel like I'm going for RPGs on the PS2 that I don't have that are kind of unique and something I would never try out before as a kid. But here we are, many years later, and hopefully I picked a winner, and if not, it'll sit on my shelf for a while. Sometimes you go on a whim and just buy a game without even looking at a trailer and only looking at the box art. This is the first time I'm seeing the trailer for Lost Magic. I can tell you, it's probably going to infuriate me on some level. I do like games that use the touchscreen, but an action RPG spellcasting thing, I'm not sure. But I do like the graphics here. I got it for really cheap, so I'm not too worried about that. And I do like that you get to collect monsters as well, along with the spells. I think it just looks pretty unique. So hopefully this was a hidden gem on the DS, but I don't know. That trailer, we'll see. But I'm happy it's in my collection. I just received this game 2 days ago, and I popped it in my PS2 to check to make sure it actually runs before I leave a review from where I bought it from. And I had to really tear myself away from this. From the opening cinematic and the art style, I was like, oh man, I really want to play this game. But I have too many other games to play for season through 4 now. I'm playing season 4 games. Wow. If you didn't know, we have a podcast, so you should check it out. But this is my number 1 game that I bought recently. It looks super cool. I do not know if it's tied to Shining Force in the whole timeline or whatever, but Shining Tears sounds like it's a spin-off maybe. Looks like an action RPG, beautiful art style. It's not super long, and I really haven't heard many people talking about it. Maybe that's a bad thing, who knows? But again, I'm looking for the PS2 to grab those random RPGs that I want. The obscure stuff, because I like dabbling in that every once in a while. And man, this just looks so good. I appreciate you giving me your time with this video. I hope you liked it. Something a little bit different. I don't buy as many games as I used to because the market's kind of crazy right now. And, well, I have a lot of the games I need. I still got a very long list, as the lady will let you know. What games are you planning to pick up? Anything in your backlog that you're looking to play this year? I am looking at Octopath Traveler 2. That's kind of it's been eyeing me. So we'll see if I end up picking that up. Thank you again to all the new subscribers, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay?